Police are pushing for more surveillance cameras in public places, and when you see the footage in this next story, you'll understand why. As evidence in the court, it is nearly impossible to dispute. CTV's Chris Eby reports.
The images from this surveillance video are breathtakingly clear, capturing a crime that takes your breath away. This is February 23, 2009, 1:30 in the afternoon, aboard a TTC bus on Oakwood Avenue. The man in the knit hat is Richard Haynes. He is trying to settle a score from earlier in the day with the man in the black hoodie. Haynes wants to get his target off the bus. He even enlists the help of his friend Marlon Cooper in the camouflage jacket. But the man in black won't budge. Cooper tries again, to no avail. Haynes gets back on the bus, unravels a .45 caliber handgun from his bandana, says something to the driver, and fires. The bullet ricochets around and embeds itself in the lining of this woman's winter coat. She calmly walks up to the front and tells the driver she thinks she's been shot. Haynes has pleaded guilty to attempted murder and a weapons possession charge. Today, a judge sentenced him to the equivalent of 9 years in prison. The shooting was captured from 4 different angles with amazing clarity, the result of a $17 million project launched 4 years ago to equip all TTC ground vehicles with high-quality cameras. The video provides not only damning evidence, but in this case, it even stunned the shooter.
Once he saw what was on there, he found it difficult to accept that he was someone who was capable of that.
Marlon Cooper pleaded guilty to assault causing bodily harm and was sentenced to 2 years less a day, time he has already served awaiting trial. He left the North York court saying nothing. His lawyer is Daniel Brown.
All he did was try to push the complainant off the bus. He didn't know the other accused, Mr. Haynes, was armed with a gun.
The man in black was wounded in the hip by a second shot fired outside the bus. None of the other riders, including this mother and her child, were injured. Shaken? Absolutely, as the horror of gun violence came through so vivid, so clear. Richard Haynes made a tearful apology in court. He said the earlier incident with the man in black filled him with so much rage he, quote, zoned out prior to the shooting. He'll be deported to Jamaica immediately upon finishing his prison sentence. Chris Eby, CTV News.
They are shocking images of a gunman opening fire on a crowded bus. A daylight shooting caught on TTC surveillance showing a 17-year-old being confronted by 2 men and then shot. The bullet sent passengers scrambling as it ricocheted off his hip and through this elderly woman's coat. The stark images sealed the gunman's fate. Richard Haynes pleaded guilty to attempt murder and weapons possession.
When Mr. Haynes looked at the video, you know, it's hard to appreciate it until you actually watch it. And once he saw what was on there, he found it difficult to accept that he was someone who was capable of that.
The shooting, which happened February 2009, also sealed the fate of Marlon Cooper, who's seen here trying to bully the victim off the bus. He claims he had no idea his best friend had a gun. He pleaded guilty to a charge of assault and was given a conditional sentence.
Mr. Cooper, do you have any remorse for what happened? Have any remorse at all?
Mr. Cooper is a loyal friend, and unfortunately, this was a situation where his loyalty may have gotten the best of him.
According to the agreed statement of facts, the incident stemmed from an altercation that Haynes had with the 17-year-old earlier in the day. He claims he was stabbed, so he went to work, got his gun, and went looking for that teen. When he boarded the bus, violence erupted.
One shot was fired on the bus, a second outside. The gun then jammed and the teen's life was spared. He has since recovered but is facing gun and robbery charges from a separate incident. The cameras are a new multi-million-dollar tool the TTC installed after bus driver Jamie Pereira was shot. In the footage, Haynes is seen uttering the words, "I'm sorry," to the bus driver before the gun goes off. During sentencing, he broke into tears, telling the judge he feels ultimate shame for what he did to his community. He'll spend another 6 years and 9 months in jail. He'll then be deported back to Jamaica. Alex Pearson, Global News.